Hey class, I wanted to give a lesson over this research paper using the example that's posted. So I'm just going to briefly go through this and point a few things out. So the first thing I want to point out is the heading. This was a student example I'm using with permission. So you will have your introduction, body 1, there I am, body 2, body 3, the counter argument, and the conclusion. So you're going to have 6 paragraphs, no more or no less. Okay, so we're going to go through this, but look at the heading, look at the title, we have the header, and so we have proper format right off the beginning. Notice how the title is not bolded. And so we have this introduction. I'm not going to go through and read it, but what I want to point out is the use of sources are used all throughout this. I know I have mentioned before in the past about not striving to do the bare minimum, but doing what you need to do to accomplish your goal. And this paper is an example of that. She has a lot more sources than what are required because that is what she deemed necessary in order to prove her thesis. So if you go through here, you'll see the use of sources throughout here. In the article, that it's in quotation marks. And so we have a quote here. I want you to note the use of capitalization, the comma, where the period is. We have the last name page number, no P, no PG, no comma. But I want to look at the thesis. So the thesis does 2 things. I know we've discussed this already before, but I want to discuss it again. It reveals your stance on the issue, and then it has your key points. So no, the government should, by no means should the government be funding space travel because, so we have the stance on the issue, no funding for space travel because A, it damages our planet, it's too expensive, too many risks. So it's very clear in that thesis. So if you look down here, this should be about damaging the planet. So I'm going to go through and we're going to look at the organization. So the next paragraph should be cost. The next one, let's just go down and look at the topic sentence, risks. If we go back up, that's what the thesis says is about risks. We go down here. While there are many reasons why funding it is not a wise decision, there are good reasons. So you are going to acknowledge the other side. You will have to have sources that support that other side. And then you have the conclusion. Okay, so conclusion is the shortest paragraph. So I'm going to go back up and I want to point out some usage of sources. And so you can see them scattered throughout. They're not just direct quotes. The article, so capitalization, in quotes, ... that tells us that it's a longer title. And I could scroll down to the works cited and I could see the entire title, last name, page number. So it's very consistent. And so this one is she didn't use a tagline in every single one, and that's okay. You want to have them, for most of them, really, because it tells us when you started. But this is an example that clearly got a wonderful grade on the essay. And so if you structure yours like this, you're going to be very happy with your grade. So, for example, the article, cost of space, ... then at the end. So again, she's not just using direct quotes. And so we'll come down here. She's going to have the last name, page number. So she's got them all throughout her paper. So last name, page number. So it's very consistent. You can put the title, page number in the parentheses as well to vary it up. But come down here to the conclusion. And we have a source here. This was a personal interview. You are not required to do that, but I just want to point out that this right here, the way it's cited, tells us that it is a personal interview. And so you are not required to do that. If anybody's interested in doing that, you can email me and I'll walk you through how to do that. But then we have the works cited. It starts on a new page. It's in alphabetical order. It has the hanging indent. And so you can use this and reference this lesson, but this should greatly help you as you proceed on with writing your research papers. So if you have questions, let me know.